Reverend Moderator Bishop Joseph, Mr. Sadananda, my good friend, fellow Rajya Sabha MP, Mr. Navneet Krishnan, Advocate Robert Bruce, Finance Minister Robert Bruce, Dr. Matthew Koshi, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me congratulate the CSI, which will soon be celebrating its 70th birthday, along with the Indian independence 70th anniversary. Let me also congratulate Dr. Matthew Koshi and Mrs. Koshi, I should not forget, for the Silver Jubilee celebrations of the Department of Ecological Concerns as far as the CSI's activities go. So today is both a landmark for the ecological concerns aspect as well as a forthcoming landmark for the CSI. In the last few hours, I have learnt much about the CSI. I have to admit that I did not know much about the CSI. But what I have learnt about the CSI in the last few hours since last evening makes me want to learn even more. And I discovered, for example, this morning, I did not know that my very good friend, colleague, the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Rajshekhar Reddy, who was Chief Minister when I became Member of Parliament, belonged to the CSI community. And there were many others whom I did not know. I did not know, for example, that CMC in Vellore is very much part of the CSI community. So I'm delighted to be here. In fact, I have often felt that there is no culture, there is no civilization in the world that respects nature as much as Indian culture does. And by Indian culture, I mean broadly defined Indian culture, not the way some people define Indian culture in a narrow, majoritarian way. I define Indian culture in a very broad cultural and civilizational sense. And when you go back centuries, you find respect for mountains, respect for rivers, respect for forests, respect for animals, respect for land, respect for biodiversity, very much which is ingrained in our thinking. The Western way of life is based on the conquest of nature. We must conquer nature. That's the Western philosophy. Indian philosophy has always been, let's live with nature harmoniously. And that's the difference between the two. There's a very famous story. In May 1953, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay climbed Mount Everest. And somebody went to Jawaharlal Nehru and said, Panditji, Hillary and Tenzing have conquered Mount Everest. Mr. Nehru got very angry. He was a very short-tempered man. He got very angry and he said, don't say Mount Everest has been conquered. Mount Everest can never be conquered. Hillary and Tenzing have climbed Mount Everest. They have reached the top of Mount Everest, but you cannot conquer Mount Everest. And that's the thinking. That's the Indian thinking. You don't conquer rivers. You don't conquer mountains. You don't conquer forests. You don't rule over nature. You live with nature. That has been the Indian philosophy.